Hey everyone, this is Inverse03 and today I have these two things that I've really wanted to do for a long time. First is, well, since I made the HG Gundam, I will be making that, but I have this fake new weapon set today too. So I will be building these two and I will share with you what I actually do during my process. Let me take out some of the things. Alright, now this time I will be starting with some cleanup and pan line, just like I did with the Gundam head in my previous video. Sorry, I will just adjust the camera. Now you guys can see. As you see, I have filled the face mask before in one of my previous videos and also filled the side vents and the Vulcans. It gave it more defining features to the Gundam face, but now I think that the back of the head is quite plain, and now I believe working on it and around the whole body as much as I can. The legs are quite, how do I say this, plain, so I will be using this Micron pen and this pencil in combination throughout the model. It's a 0.3 pencil, so we will see how it goes. I do have some Sharpies here. These Sharpies are the metallic ones, the bronze, and I also have it in gold and silver. These are my effect pens. I use them to fill in the colors around my models. Now all things are set. My Gundam is ready for a makeover. The first thing I will be doing is, well, I got to fix the vents. You see the chest, the yellow area around the chest, that needs to be filled up. I always do this because being totally yellow kind of gives it a very plain look, and by shading it with the brown pen, this brown camlin brush pen, I will be able to give it a shading effect. Just I got to see this very carefully. I have to go in the corners and fill them up with brown so they don't look as much as plain as they do naturally. If you have a camlin brush pen, these are very good for shading effects. Okay, now that you have filled, you let it set and then use a cotton bud to wipe out the excess. See, now you have given depth to the side vents of your Gundam. A little more cleanup and it will do you good. I will also be tending to the area around the neck part. This is to I'll fix it later. Now what should I do? Oh yes, by the way, if your Gundam has a lot of thrusters, that you might want to paint them. Thrusters are something that gives, well, defining edge to machinery. For I will start with the legs. I'm going to use silver since bronze and gold doesn't actually go around thrusters. So there are two thrusters on the legs here. I'm gonna carefully fill them up and color the boundaries, and after that I will be using the pan lining technique to highlight the details. Okay, so When you are using these permanent markers, always be careful. They smell awfully bad, and also they are quite hard to wipe off, especially on plastic. And if you want these effects to be permanent, you have to top coat your kit. Well, I'm not going to do that because the current top coat I have is very bad for the kit, but I think I might just do it on the legs. Now, this is just a Dawn's eraser. I'll be using it to wipe off the excess and finish and keep the finish nice and fresh. Come on, you can do this. It's not that hard. All right. Final touches. Yeah, that's a touch. All right, now. See? Already looking better than before. Let me focus on the camera on here. Before it was all plastic, but now it looks intricate and complex machinery. Alright, now I'm going to do this to a second leg. First, I will let it clear off. I will let it dry properly. If I make it stand on it, it might smudge off to the sides. Alright, now I have painted both of the legs. See, already looking good again. Now we'll go for the backpack. We still have these thrusters. They don't look very impressive to me. Let's remove the light beam sabers and do the silver here. If I had a red Tamiya clear paint, I probably would have given you better results, but I don't have it. Sad thing about living in India is once the government found out we were living happily with AliExpress and we had quite a lot of stock back, they decided they would shut everything off, close every local businesses that supplies gunpla and tools, and let us fend off ourselves. Sadly, I can only order from Zen Market, but if you are using HLJ, guys, then it will be very good for you because you can order any paints and markers there. They will ship it to you. However, Zen Market doesn't do that, sadly. And don't worry about the Zen Market video. It's still coming in. I still have a lot of topics to cover up in that, especially the amount of things that you will require to do. But once you are set up, it is a very nice site, and you can not only buy anime merch from it, you can buy anything from Japan. Alright, again, nice. I turned it into quite a heavy machinery. We will use the bronze on the panels. Again, let me show you the focus. See, already looking good. Seriously, I need some clear paint on this. They would look amazing in shiny red. Now let me be careful. Paint. I have to make sure not to screw this up. Alright, first one done. Some final touches. Doing the second one. Still better. All right. See how this is. It has turned into quite something from when it was just plain one color piece. We are still not finished yet. Still a lot of things to do. A lot of pen lining to do. Right now. Side vents, there's a clear imperfection. I will try to clear it with sandpaper. A little rub of 600 grit, then 1000 grit, and now polishing with the nail buffer. Just use the steps, it's much more easier. Once clean up, and now you can see. Yes, now you can see. The imperfection is not perfectly gone, as the tool I have right now are not made for gunpla plastic, but it's better than nothing. We will keep moving on. Now let me find some Micron pen. Well, this is a brushstroke pen, but it's 0.05 nib, very small. The head needs to be highlighted because mostly when you see a robot, you will always go for the head first. So there are some details on the back of the head, a line. When you are using a fine liner, make sure the ink dries very fast and it is easily rubbable with your fingertip or a okay, I was just trying to wait for 10 seconds here and there. Let it just dry, okay? Let it dry once. Now once you are done, take your cotton bud and start wiping off the excess. What you need to do is fill the line, not draw over it. You can also use erasers when you're using fine liner in this, because eraser works very nicely on plastic. Just clear off the excess. You don't need to actually clean up the line you have drawn. You only needed it to fill the gap. And once you are done with your process, clean up nicely. The more precise tools you have, the better your finished product will be. Now let me show you. Adjusting camera again. Highlighted line. Not much highlighted, but very nice. Very nice. Alright guys, let's move on to the other body parts.